And good morning from Scotty Ray Candace. Friday.
It is. Thank goodness. So glad.
Hallelujah. Can I get a little choir on that?
I know. It's been a long week to me.
It has been an extraordinarily long one. I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll get longer. We have severe weather possibly on Sunday night. As we look at the map here, this is what we're looking at. And this will cover the entire state of Mississippi. Mm-hmm. Taking in York, Alabama, all of us, the Alabama towns right on the line there are included in that. So Sunday afternoon into Sunday night, possibility, we'll be here live to carry that street-by-street coverage there for you as we look at this. And this is a better way to look at it right here. This is the towns here in Alabama that you look here. One of them doesn't actually show all this, but this is the true sign. Whoop. As we back up to that, that's where it is there. And when we get ready to close today, we'll dig into radar and take a look at that of where everything is. And a few showers occurring out there across Lauderdale County right now as we pull this up. This is in the West Lauderdale area here, out here by Piggly Wiggly, a little bit of showers there coming in. Let's look at that.
We had a little bit while I got down the road from here.
You did get a little bit there?
Yeah, it started raining on me. I thought, oh, gosh.
494 area there on Highway 19. Out if you're going past Freeman Tractor, Marion's got a little bit, and up through there. And a lot of Clark County, just moving across there through central, northeasterly across Clark County. And nothing heavy right now, just some light stuff out there. So if you're starting your day, you could be a little bit wet.
Yeah, it's gloomy out there right now.
Yeah.
It's kind of muggy, you know.
So Candace comes in is claiming she's going to get her hair cut and change the color. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, well, I'm so dark naturally. Oh, well.
Yeah. Your husband is not going to want to let you get your hair cut. I'm just telling you, men don't like that.
He don't care. He said, cut it off this morning.
He's just saying that. And you come home and he's going to go, woman, what'd you do?
No, I'm thinking, not short, but all this mess is just I'm thinking like that much. Because look how dead that is.
Yeah, yeah.
But I am thinking about going darker.
Like how dark?
Like just a deeper color blonde.
Like his color my hat dark?
Well, like not dark brown. I'm naturally the color of my eyebrows. That's my natural color. That and the gray.
But I'm used to blonde, so I won't even know you. I won't be able to call your name if you come in here looking different.
I'm still going to be blonde. I'm just going to have a little darker.
Oh, have mercy.
So. I need a change. I'm in a slump.
And what does changing your hair color do for a slump?
I don't know. It's just going to make me feel better. I don't know.
Okay. So now we know.
I'm just bored with this.
Does everybody do that to get a better mood change? They do something to their hair. Does that supposedly make you happier? Is that what you're saying?
I get bored with the same hairstyle. I've always changed it up here and there. Now, I'm not going to come in like fire engine red or anything. I say I'm not. I don't know.
It's like, I get used to
Make
the
a
same
hormonal decision.
To the same car. I ain't got to change it up just to spice up my life.
I don't know.
But you are unlike most hairdressers that I've bumped into. They'll show up with weird pink, purple, black. Just out of blue. And I'm like, whoa.
I ain't never liked all that mess.
But you know the type I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do. And I've always tried to encourage anybody that wants me to do that to their hair. I'm like, go get you some of those little pop-in extensions. We'll color those. You can take them in and out. Put them in and take them out when you want them. They're just like a little barrette. They pop in your hair. So, yeah. Because that's hard to get at. That mess. People make decisions to put pink or blue or whatever in there. You can't hardly get it out. You gonna have it. You might change your mind, but you still gonna have it. So.
Let's see. Debbie Penny said, "How about some auburn color?"
I was auburn in college one time. That was one of the colors I did. I did like an auburn, and
that's almost like a red, maybe.
Yeah, okay. It was like a deep kind of auburn, brownish auburn, and I had golden blonde highlights. And when I did the beauty review up at Scuba,
yeah.
It was pretty.
Hey, what was the little fella, and I've already forgotten the name, me and you were looking at. You know how you scroll across your Facebook feed, and there was this guy, he was a country bumpkin, bless his heart. He was more country than me and Candace put together on the accent, and I thought, he ain't going to be able to sing.
Oh, yeah, I just saw it a while ago. What was
But anyway, the little guy was good.
He was really good.
And I was like,
he could sound just like Ronnie Dunn.
Yeah, he nailed it.
Except, even better.
But he was good.
Mm-hmm,
but I've already forgotten the guy's name. We'll have to dig that up later.
Yeah.
This is causing a lot of stir in the state of Mississippi, and it should. Buddy, the dog. Has everybody heard about Buddy?
I have, and that's so sad. People are just cruel.
I know. Mississippi State is taking care of Buddy now. Mm-hmm. What happened to Buddy was and apparently it's a kid that's less than 12 years old. Set Buddy on fire for meanness. There's no other way to do it. And they can't charge him because he isn't old enough. And the poor dog can't see. Look at that.
That's awful.
Let's pull up the picture there where you can see Buddy a little bit better.
Yesterday, when I read the little article on it, it said that they thought they might have saved his eyes, like his sight. So
Right.
hopefully.
Let's keep our fingers crossed there. And I don't know if Buddy has a home or if this was a neighbor's dog. It doesn't really tell what his association to this little boy was.
So he looks like a pit bull
Yeah.
by the build of his, I would
Bless
think.
his heart. I saw one picture of him somewhere before. His face was so
That's awful.
It is.
If
So
y'all
y'all
there's
keep,
people like that, though, even adults, not just kids. It's
and and
hateful.
a lot of the comments there, were all about that. If you better watch him, if he does it at this age, he'll continue to do more of this as he grows older.
And he probably won't stop at animals.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's somebody that might have some issues going on.
And another big thing for the state of Mississippi, this went viral. I posted this last night also. This little boy here showed up into a restaurant with his mom, dad, and parents, and this gentleman here was sitting over there eating by himself, and the little boy wanted to go eat with him. And his mom kept telling him, no, leave that man alone. And the guy said, come on up here and eat with me, son. And he sat there and ate, and they took a picture, and it has gone viral of the two, and they become friends after
sweet.
that. So
That's
good.
so sweet. Kids have the most pure heart,
That was
everybody
in-
could be like that.
McGee, Mississippi is where that was. And then overnight, if you hadn't seen this, I showed this earlier this morning. This was the wreck that happened on Interstate 59 there at the Pachuta exit. An 18-wheeler went off of the bridge onto Highway 18, squished it, busted into flames. We're assuming it is the truck driver that was killed in this. The coroner was there. The road, now this happened around 3 a.m. this morning. So big wreck there. But
awful.
someone did lose their life on that, so we hate that. And we do have some fog down on the Mississippi Gulf Coast to about 9 o'clock if you're going to be traveling from there to New Orleans. That's a few of the things going on. So, big day for you? What you guys shaking?
I don't have a real busy day. I had marked out to get my hair done. I got a color this morning to do on somebody else, and then I want to get my hair done. It's going to be my day.
My day. The day that Candace messed her hair up.
I mean, I have to. You better hush.
I'm just saying.
You might think it looks good. Who knows? I mean, I'm not talking about because I've gone really dark. I'm talking about to the point to where when I come home, and it wasn't a plan to go that dark. Like I was going to go back to my natural color, and I come home, and my son was like, I mean, the worst thing you can do, I'm just going to, and women, you know this, worst thing to hear is, why did you do that to your hair? After you get it done. Because at that point, you can't really do anything about it. That's
I've probably said that in my life. Why in the earth would you want to do that?
Yeah. That's when them don't say everything you think. But anyway, I come home and my son went, Mama, you look like a witch. I mean, my hair was so dark. And
so it didn't stay long.
yeah, and I thought it was too dark too. But yeah, I'm not talking about doing real super dark or anything.
We'll see what happens come. What was that old Jimmy Buffett song? Come Monday, it'll be all right. A long time since I've heard it.
Yeah.
Let's see, a few things going on in the community. Next week is going to be National Day of Prayer on the 6th. So write that down, put that on your calendar. Lord knows this country needs some prayer, but that is the national day as we come in. That Roadside Rescue today is having a yard sale in Marion at the four-way stop today and tomorrow to raise money for, like Buddy there, pets that are abused or left, and they need money to help feed them, get them to the vet, get them back on their feet. So if you can drop by, they got also a gift basket they're giving away. They're raffling off for Mother's Day. It's a $350 value. You can buy a ticket while you're there.
Nice.
And it
That'd
goes
be
to help
really
a puppy
nice.
dog.
Yes.
Pretty important there. Let's see here. Today would have been Johnny Horton's birthday. And let's look at Candace's reaction, see if she picked up on the name.
Happy birthday, Johnny.
He was killed in 1960. Of course, Johnny Horton, north to Alaska, the Battle of, you've heard Battle of New Orleans, hadn't you? In 1814,
Yeah,
we took a
I
little
have.
trip. That's Johnny Horton, killed right outside of Shreveport on his as he was leaving the Louisiana hayride back in 1960. Let's see. This name, I saw the name, and I didn't know who it was. And then I had to investigate. Johnny Gaelic, if I'm pronouncing it right. Remember Roseanne?
Uh-huh.
And then what was the show, Big Bang Theory, the
Yeah.
kid that was on there? that was on the boyfriend of.
Right, yeah.
It's his birthday.
Okay.
And I may be saying that last name.
What's his name on there? What was his name?
I couldn't tell you.
Darlene's boyfriend,
Little
David.
Curly. Yes, it was.
David.
Curly-headed guy there. And what was it on Big Bang?
I can't think of what it was. I watch it sometimes because it's just funny.
Oh, it is funny.
I mean, it is.
Took me several years to warm up to that show, but I did watch a little bit of that. Let's see here. Agnes Moorehead, does that name ring a bell to you? Because it didn't to me when I heard the name until I saw her picture and I went, oh, yeah. You remember the mother on Bewitched?
Yeah.
It was her birthday.
Is it Esmeralda?
I believe that was right.
Is that what her name was?
Yeah. And she died in 1974. I didn't realize it had been that long.
But
It would have been her birthday today. She passed away back then. Muddy Waters, who was a big blues musician, was also born on this date. He passed away back in '83. He was a big guy there.
I like blues.
The blues are good.
I like
And it's the
blues.
closest thing to country that there is out there. And you know what? You can still understand the blues.
Yeah.
Country music, you cannot.
I mean, I could sit and listen to the blues all day long.
My starter won't start this morning. And then, of course, a boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
One of the big, Johnny Lee Hooker, and from Mississippi as well. I'm going to shoot you down. A boom, boom, boom. Anyway, good tunes there. Let's see. Some other things. Glenn Campbell had the #1 song back in '77 with Southern Nights. Do y'all remember that?
Southern, yeah.
That's it.
You want me to sing?
You can
No,
sing.
I
And the
ain't
bad
that.
part is you make me mumble songs and I can't sing. You've
Well.
got to get better at this, and you take over harmony and all that good stuff.
You want me, Lord?
I can't do
Give
it.
me a karaoke microphone and I can go at it, but I'm sitting here on this. No,
I
I
would-
joke around and they'll say memory. You know?
Press between the pages of our mind.
Yeah.
That was a little Elvis,
My
wasn't it?
eyes watering this morning, y'all. If y'all keep wondering why I'm doing this,
What does that have a meaning? Like, if your nose itches, somebody's coming with a hole in their britches.
I don't know what eye watering would mean.
I'm just asking. See, 1983 was probably one of your favorite hits that ever hit the airwaves. Michael Jackson, Beat It.
Yeah.
1983. Think about
Look,
that.
I remember in school, everybody had the glove. You know,
Oh, yeah.
back then, and the leather jacket, the red leather jacket.
Let's just say I never wore any of that.
I wouldn't think you would either.
It didn't fit me.
It probably didn't go with that cowboy hat.
That and the flannel. It was,
yeah.
I was picked on a lot, and I'm not gonna lie, but it
You wore
didn't.
flannel.
Yeah, and I was always called farm boy, hillbilly. I didn't care, but they did say those things, and
that's
but it
so-
never got under my skin because I
Yeah.
was who I was. I was
Yeah.
a standalone, so to
You
speak.
was country when country wasn't cool.
That ain't no lie. Let's see, 1990 on this date, Garth Brooks releases The Dance. Do y'all remember
I
that?
do. It's a good song.
And then
Really
me and
good song.
Candace was talking just a second ago, and I couldn't think of her name. What was it?
What?
The news anchor that I couldn't
Oh,
think
Katie
of.
Couric.
Katie Couric.
Yeah.
Me and Angie back in 1993, I remember sitting and watching the TV, and she was on there with, was it Bryant Gumbel that used to be on there with her?
Yeah, he did.
And she goes, okay, there's something new out this morning, and you have to go to www. And I was done looking at her, and it was the internet.
The World Wide Web.
And I didn't know what that meant.
Yeah.
And so then it triggered in my head. Didn't Alan write a song about that? And it was www.memory. Who remembers that song by Alan Jackson?
Little did we know it was going to be like the beginning of.
It changed the world.
Yes.
I mean,
Sometimes not for the better.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
It's I guess anything is what you do with it. It was meant to better the world, but there are some things that it's done bad. We can't lie.
I wrote a paper one time on technology.
The
And
good
it was
and the
like,
bad.
Well, it was like, it put us several steps forward, but then it also put us several steps back.
Oh, it did.
You know.
Think of the people that grew up in the 1800s. There's no way that they thought things would be like they are today.
Well, I mean, I guess technology is good in the sense that it has, been the door to a lot of things, improving. But
It has.
also, the things that you miss is like personal, like that personal connection with people. A lot of people just text now; they don't have a conversation, and a lot of people don't even know how to have a conversation because they don't, And then, like, when you call, you can't talk to a real person. I mean, you get like an automated thing. I can't stand that.
And you started seeing as technology. I came along in radio. Most people know me from that. when it started out, somebody had to be there 24 hours a day at the radio station. Then it got to be to where, well, the night shift disappeared.
Yeah.
Then it was the midday guy went away. Then the afternoon. And there are so few actual people that you hear on the radio that are sitting there. Very, very few of those left. They're controlled, out of one studio. One guy talks and is sent out to many radio stations for cutbacks.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to just mention this. Walmart.
Put it out. What'd they do?
I mean, well, you go in Walmart now and you pretty much are forced to use the self-checkout.
Oh, yeah.
Things,
Yeah. They want you to do your own stuff.
And from what I understand, they'll only have 1 or 2 registers open this coming year and everything else will be self-checkout. I don't mind it when I got a few items. I don't mind that. Usually I have my 6-year-old with me and he likes to help, and sometimes that's good, and sometimes it's not.
We can ring up something 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, I had $300 worth of groceries that I had to go through the self-checkout. I did not like that because that takes forever. I mean, I was there like 20 minutes. It seemed like, but the ticket is like when you go to Sam's, they'll have you an extra buggy at the end of the line. They need to do that at Walmart for the self-checkout because I went and got an extra one. It makes all the difference.
Well, the technology that is coming is where Sam does this, to where you don't do that. You take your cell phone, and while you're shopping, you scan it, and you just walk out the door, and you show them your cell phone when you walk out. It's all done. It's charged your credit card.
See, and I've not done that yet.
That's pretty. If you go to Sam's, you can do that. But that is probably going to be the technology that a lot of stores go to over the next 5 years.
But
probably.
that's eliminating jobs.
It is. And
why
people
would
don't
you do
realize
that?
it.
I mean, why would you? They'll save on money, I guess, But I don't know. Anyway.
Carol Stamper said she just read that Biden administration refused a permit for the day of prayer at the Capitol. They denied that at Easter. The pastor who had done that every year for 30 years, they denied him. So I don't doubt that one bit. Let's say a few good mornings here of who we've got tuning in today.
Okay. Charlie Wiggins, good morning to you. And Miss Linda Culpepper, good morning. We hope you have a wonderful day today.
Yeah. Brittany Capps is up. Good morning to you. How about Auburn? Debbie Penny is the one who said that earlier.
Yeah, about my hair.
Yeah. Also, Donna Roseman.
Donna Sue Peebles, good morning. And I am glad it's Friday.
Oh.
Yeah, I am. Robin Miller, good morning and blessings to you. Yes.
We need some blessings, don't we?
Yes, we do. Many of
Let's
them.
see. She says somebody needs a whooping. I don't know who she could have been talking about.
That boy needs a whooping. Talking about the dog, probably.
Yeah, hopefully there. Yeah. Sarah Neese watching. Thank you. Showers in Sebastopol, Aaron Hillman says this morning.
Terry Carter, good morning. And Mr. Elmer Talbert, good morning. He's watching from Anderson's Hospital.
Yeah, thank you. And I think we had somebody that joined us from Twitch, which is another account that is out there. Want to know who Candace is? This is Candace. Want to know who you are? Say hi. How you doing?
Hello. Good morning.
Also, Terry Carter, good morning to you. And let's see. LaWanda says Collinsville Day is tomorrow, May 1st. I did not realize that. So if you make it out to Collinsville.
Yeah, usually they have a whole lot of going on, for the kids. And they'll have little booths set up, selling things and food carts usually. And there's games, Little League, like T-ball games, I think, going to be going on behind Collinsville Hardware at the ball field. So my son will be up there singing with the chorus for West Lauderdale. So
well, good.
They're doing some kind of little singing in the morning.
Always something going on out there.
It is.
Begins in the morning, I'm sure, 8 o'clock-ish, somewhere right around in there. I don't have the exact detail on it.
Hopefully the weather will be, cooperating.
Oh, it is. Sunshine tomorrow.
That's great.
Beautiful.
That is good. And usually they have a lot for the kids. So y'all go check it out if you, hadn't. And also Collinsville Hardware, is right there usually where they set
center.
up. And he's usually got a bunch of beautiful plants. I know he did the other day. So go home with some plants.
Yeah, you can check it all out there. Right. Let's see here. Robin Miller, good morning to you. Glad you're watching there. Also, Linda Jane is up. Hey, y'all.
Joyce Parker Poole, good morning to you, and hope you have a wonderful Friday. Charlene Etheridge, good morning, Miss Charlene.
Yeah.
Hope you're doing good. And I hope you didn't burn nothing down the other day.
Okay.
I didn't hear the sirens or anything.
Didn't burn nothing down. Let's see. Brandy Young, that's pretty good. She's got her comedy hat on this morning, and thumbs up. She wants a W-2 for all the groceries she's had to swipe at Walmart.
That's what I said. The same thing. Are we gonna get a W-2? I said that same thing because you're working.
It's pretty smart if you sit back and make the customer wait on themselves.
Well, I tell you what kind of aggravated me. I know I'm getting off on the subject, but I was in there one day and I stopped one of the associates that was walking around in the store to ask him, you know, about how much something was. He said, "Do you have the Walmart app?" And I said, "No, I actually don't." Well, go to your app store, get the Walmart app, and you can just scan stuff. I'm like, "Don't you work here?" I mean, I'm not trying to be rude, but like, can you not tell me? So, it's just hard to get, you know.
That's why shopping local is so much better, because they do care a whole lot there. Let's see. Good morning to Barbara Vick watching. We do appreciate you.
Miss Donna Sue Peebles wants to say happy birthday, and her daughter is 23. Kayla, happy birthday.
Yeah, 23. She's getting on up there now, isn't she?
Yes.
And good morning to Bruce Aiken. We appreciate you watching as well today. That's very nice of y'all to join us. We do appreciate all of that.
We do.
As we turn our thoughts to homes, and we've brought this up before, visit our friends at Snowden and Company. They'll fix you up with a home. They've got plenty to choose from, but they always need more. And if you've got your home you're thinking of selling, talk to them first. Let them talk to you, let you know the value of it. They can find you the home that you're looking for, the dream home. But when it comes time to sell, and it is a high demand right now for homes, talk to them, let them go out and get you a marketing strategy, the comparable market analysis. And you go, well, what is that? That's where they take all the homes that are sold in your area and divide it out and let you know what your home is worth in comparison to what things are selling for. Pretty handy thing to know there. Skill negotiations, precise attention to detail. They've got a lot of them there. Homes in Lauderdale County, Kemper, Newton, Neshoba, Clark County. They'd love to have you call them and check in with it. Amanda's one of the greatest that you'll bump into. Here's a home here. And let's see here. Here's a lake view there of one. They're open today till 5 p.m. For tomorrow, you'd have to set up an appointment, and they're closed on Sundays. That's kind of a normal thing here.
What I love about the websites now is you can go to their website, and you can, if you find a home you like, you can see the pictures of the inside of the home even before you go and look at it.
Yeah, it gives you an idea.
So it kind of gives you an idea. Do you want to go there or do you not? But these, you know, they're great to work with if you are looking for a home in a specific school district, which is something a lot of people, you know, this next school year might want to be thinking about. And just give them a call, because especially like if you're getting ready to sell your home, you need to know exactly what it's worth. Don't shortchange yourself thinking that you can sell it on your own and maybe put the wrong price on it. So
453-3937 is the number to speak with them, and Amanda will help you out. They're located there in Poplar Springs Drive. You just want to pop in and talk to them yourself. They can do that for you. Let's see, as we're coming up on 9 o'clock, boy, this morning is flying, isn't it?
It is.
Let's see, Newton, Mississippi, y'all get ready. You got speed bumps, we understand now. All over the city there is what they're saying there. So slow down, it'll knock your car out of alignment. I know, they're horrible.
I know. I mean, I know they're meant to slow you down, but
and they do.
Some places I'll put them every few feet.
Yeah.
Just feel like the bottom of your car is going to fall out.
And it will knock an oil pan out if you're going too quick. Let's see, the Duggar. Is that how you say his last name? Is it Duggar or Duggar?
I always thought it was Duggar, but
You're
I guess
probably
you can do it
right.
whichever way.
Well, he's in jail now, and they're not really telling what he's done. This goes back to something to do with the raid on his car dealership from 2019. They've announced that they've got their 7th child coming. 7 of them. Did y'all hear that? Here's a picture of him there, and there he is with all those young'uns. It's a heap of them, and one more on the way.
Yeah, I'd be concerned about if I were the wife.
You know, you go back and you remember. And I've never quite understood why Jim Bob, I think is his daddy's name, isn't it?
Yeah.
Jim Bob? Boy, if that ain't country, I don't know what it is.
Sound like a Walton's name.
Yeah. Turned his son in years after all of that had happened, that he had maybe touched or done something to one.
I wonder if he didn't find out till years. Because, I mean.
Now, they've been to therapy and all kinds of things to help. But it was not released until late. I never understood that. Maybe y'all know more about that show than I do.
Well, maybe he was concerned since he has kids of his own now that if he didn't, maybe something would happen to one of them.
It took the show off the air. He was going to be a strong Republican. He's lost everything due to that. So it had to be something pretty serious for your daddy to turn you in.
Right. That's just one thing that you don't mess around with.
That's right.
You don't. I mean, I think when somebody does something like that, they're sick. And that's not something that you're just going to rehabilitate, I don't feel like. You know, even if you could, I wouldn't want to be the one to stick around and see. You know, I know that sounds horrible probably that I'm saying that, but I don't know, you just don't I don't know.
Oh, and JJ from YouTube just pointed out that I put in the wrong date on today's title. He says I put it in the 23rd instead of the 30th. So, oops.
Oh.
Didn't notice it when I done that. So, I got the wrong date listed on that. Good news in Memphis, Tennessee. The headline looks horrible, but the little girl has been found safely a few blocks from where it happened. The mom stopped to buy gas, ran inside. She comes out. Her car has been stolen. And this little 4-year-old girl was there to go to St Jude's Hospital. As she was getting treatment, they did not say who, what, or why, but her car was stolen, and they have now arrested 4 people in connection with this. And
Thank goodness they didn't harm her, because,
and it's just
sometimes that don't turn out so good.
And, and I don't know all the details, but I'm assuming they left that child on a street corner by itself. They just put her out, is what I'm assuming. And that is an assumption. I don't know all the details of it.
I remember several years back, something kind of locally, or maybe it was around Clark County or something, somebody stole a vehicle and they ended up, like, there was a child in the back seat and they shot him. I mean, that was awful.
Horrible.
Horrible. But, or maybe it was in Jackson.
Don't doubt anything from Jackson, Mississippi anymore.
So.
But good news, she has been recovered. The headlines this morning, Trump says, yep, I'm 100% thinking of it. And he even says he may choose dishonest.
I wish he would, because that would be, I watched last night. I don't know if you caught last night the interview that.
I come down as it was ending. I forgot about it.
You're talking about with.
Giuliani.
Well, no. Well, that one too, but Laura Ingraham had all the a lot of the not senators, but governors on. DeSantis.
Well, I missed
that. Tate Reeves on there, and it was like a forum thing outdoors, and they had people, sitting around. And she was asking them all questions, And Tate Reeves did pretty good. I mean, he really did represent Mississippi.
Did he bring up the fact that he went behind doors and did what Mississippi didn't want him to do?
No,
Did he happen to bring
he
that
did
up?
do good on his responses and stuff. But
it's like my hot button. I don't know if you've noticed that.
Yeah. I know. I know. But DeSantis was on there, and he was talking about, some of the bills that he'd signed into, put an executive order, some like the rioting bill. That
that was
signed,
strong.
That he put into effect, that you will go to jail if you're rioting. And then, because people have been protesting, so you're going to throw people in jail for peaceful protests. He said, no, not for a peaceful protest, but if you're out there, causing chaos and blocking streets off and doing all this stuff, and you harm anybody or you even think about it. Do y'all hear my stomach growling?
Missed that one. Just your tummy growling?
It's like loud. I'm hungry this morning. But anyway, he said, though, that you're going to jail. There's no question about it. You're going to jail. If you harm a police officer, you're going to spend time in jail.
And they should.
Right.
So that's a good thing there.
And it's not just getting out. You're going to sit there till you appear before the judge.
And like I said, I missed the thing that Giuliani on there last night, but they raided his home flat out. And he, from what I'm understanding here, he asked him, what about Hunter?
Yeah,
he even tried to give him the computer, and they wouldn't take it.
Or give him something that had to do with all the stuff he knew about Hunter. And, they didn't want that. They supposedly they were looking for something that had to do with
Ukraine.
Him representing somebody in another country.
Yeah, Ukraine.
And violating some kind of.
Well, let's just go ahead and call what it really is. They're looking for something to blackmail Donald Trump with, so he will not run in 24. You can call it what you want. What they did not go in and do anything to Hunter Biden, which they had the evidence.
Well,
That's
he said that he's never known anybody to go into a lawyer's home and confiscate information that was critical to a case on a client he was representing, which is Donald Trump.
Right.
Confiscating his information that he was using, to defend Donald Trump. He said it's an obstruction of justice, and that it needs to be brought to light, that's what that is, and that it's against the law.
If we hadn't caught on, America's lawless right now.
Yeah.
It truly is.
It is.
Did y'all see where his speech, Uncle Joe's speech the other night, didn't even garner half of Donald Trump's ratings, and only a third of those who watched Clinton's? It means, just like we all suspected, that maybe it really wasn't 76 million people that voted.
Well, we all pretty much know that. People are sick of this mess. I mean, they're sick of being told what to do and what you can and can't do, and people not following rules and laws that they should be following to do things, to get things passed. I mean, they're just, kind of up there doing what they want to do.
Yeah. Boy.
And
well,
all
I
this
tell you.
race mess, I'm just so tired of all that.
Well, here's an example of the race stuff
Yeah.
here of what they done to Senator Tim Scott. They're calling him Uncle Tim. And of course,
Right.
going back to the Uncle Tom thing there. And he gave a great rebuttal. Very smart man. Did you read the story where he talked about the influences in his life? His house burned when they were very little, had to move in with their grandmother.
No, I have not heard all that.
And they shared, his mama and all his brothers and sisters had to share a room there. And he said he would go down to the Chick-fil-A and buy just fries. And he made good friends with the owner of it. And he said the guy was just phenomenal and influenced him to become a leader and make something of himself. It's a great story if you get a chance to read
He
that.
seems like a very level-headed guy
Yeah.
who really is conservative. And I mean, I just think conservatives don't brand people like try to cancel people
No.
if people, if they don't agree with what
Say
they
your
say.
piece, but I don't have to agree with you.
Right. But they allow people to be, have an opinion and give their opinion. I mean, you might not always agree with it, but everybody has a level playing ground to me on the conservative side. Whereas the other side, it just seems like they just want to cancel you and just do away with you and bash you. And this is exactly what they're doing to him.
Yeah.
I think somebody needs to pass some kind of a law or a bill or an act or something that everybody should be, treated equally. There should be no specific race that's, gets this, gets that, gets whatever. Everything should be on a level
'cause
playing
we're-
ground.
you know
They
what?
should
We're
pass the bill.
All Americans.
Right.
Americans.
Right. We're
Doesn't matter
people.
your skin color and all that, but boy, there are those that want to make it that.
It kills me how they want to keep people oppressed. They want to keep
absolutely.
make people feel like victims all the time because that gives them the upper hand. It's not like they're trying to help people. They're not trying to help people. Just because they're handing out money left and right doesn't mean they're trying to help you. It's not going to help you in the long run, I promise you.
Another cold case file has been solved, and it goes back to, this Ancestry.com thing. If you give DNA to them, it apparently is available to the police within seconds. I have never given to any of that. Don't know much about it.
Yeah,
But
I've never done it.
every cold case file seems to go back to that stuff. Now, in the same breath, let me say this. This is America. When you get your driver's license or whatever it is, I think you ought to give your fingerprint, and you should also give a DNA test to where if something were to happen to you, they'd have your fingerprints, and also they could identify you from your DNA. Now, if you've been a criminal in the past, so be it. They now have it on there, and it would keep everybody honest. I think that needs to happen. Here's the case that we're talking about. The Potomac River rapist has been solved through the DNA from the 1990s. He's in jail now. One person was killed. It was 10 women at least raped on this. So he's in jail now. That's good.
I'm glad. That's good.
That's one of the headlines across America this morning. Let's see here. Oh boy! Now, when you are a TV host in a major market like Las Vegas, you need to be on your P's and Q's no matter where you go.
That's right.
What happens if you have a little bit too much to drink the night before? And then you get naked and you think, "Ooh, let me go drive my car," and then you wreck. Everybody knows you, and that's what happened. She had to make an apology. She's on Fox 5 there in Vegas, in Sin City, and there she is. She's the young lady that thought driving a car with no clothes was cool.
That would be bad.
Yeah, it was. Everybody knows you. How do you crawl out from underneath that?
Goodness.
Let's see. As the continuing thing across America is to get rid of the cops, as we look at Seattle, let's look at a model city that wants to get rid of cops. Oh, yeah, they're down 200 cops. 20% quit in the last 6 months, and crime just keeps climbing and climbing. That would be tough to hire anybody for that.
But they'll be the ones that's there wanting to bail out.
And they
when
all
they burn
did.
everything down. They want
did get it.
Somebody to help them rebuild it again.
Just
I mean, how many times are you gonna do that?
I know. That's a real good question. How many times will you do that? So that's what's shaking there. But and I saw where 450 were inducted into the New York, and that's still low. They needed more officers than that went to the academy.
I heard I heard this morning where another police officer has been ran over and killed. And
You know what
I
state?
can't remember where that was, but he was on the force for 18 years.
Bless his heart.
Yeah. And, but they don't give enough publicity to stuff like that.
No, they don't.
They don't. They don't make the big deal that it should be made,
Trying to do the job, make a living for the family, and protect you all at the same time. And yeah, that is touching. So when we find that out, we'll try to share
Yeah.
more news about that. As we go out to the southeast area, the Red Barn, I almost said the Red Yarn, but it's the Red Barn Plant and Produce, where you can go see my friend Charlie. And they've got all kinds of great things there. Tomatoes.
Those tomatoes look so good.
they got
you eat
squash.
tomato sandwiches?
Yes.
I do too. That's
Good
the best.
stuff there.
That's one of the main things you got to eat in the South, isn't it?
Took my mama some yesterday, as a matter of fact. And as you go through this, if you're looking for okra, peas, they've got all of this. Peaches are coming in really soon. And also, they've got any flour that you may be looking for at the Red Barn Plant and Produce. If you're looking for it, they probably got it. And you can call Charlie and say, hey, I'm looking for such and such, and he can tell you whatever that plant is that you're wanting there. And, of course, they look good. These are bedding plants, right?
Yes.
Well, I have learned
And
a
some
lot.
potted, like hanging pots, you know, you can hang up and put.
From azaleas all the way to roses, you name it, they've got it there for you. And there's the hanging plants there that they've got there. And they keep
Lots
them.
of petunias. Those are really pretty.
Yeah.
I've got some of those.
Petunias.
Yes.
See them. They're pink, red, orange, all kinds of colors
I
there.
know. That's
All at the Red Barn Plant and Produce. You can find them there on Highway 19 South on the right-hand side of the road, right past the red light. If you're looking for produce or if you're looking for a plant, see them today. Charlie will help you out there and get you going there with the very latest that they've got in stock. Enjoy yourself and visit with a nice fellow there. And if you've thought, because me and you talked about houses and repairing things, and you think, boy, that went up a little bit.
yeah. It's gone
This
up
is-
a lot, but I didn't realize how much.
Look at this, 250% price.
That's ridiculous. That's as bad as some furniture.
Oh, my
The
heavens.
Markup on furniture is super high.
Well, you know,
It
you
always
could-
has been. But
You could build a deer stand you could buy. That ran anywhere from $10 to $15 on average for a sheet of OSB board to build a deer stand. That same sheet's like $50 now. Same sheet that was $10, $12. I remember when it was $4.99.
my,
And
I
that
just had-
wasn't that
had
long
to put
ago.
your camouflage on and build you a deer bench.
Hey, that's about all you can do. Now,
Yeah.
the other headlines that I don't have anything to back up with that I've been reading is, y'all get ready for this, toilet paper, another shortage is coming.
Goodness.
No truck drivers, so
Stock up.
toilet paper is not going to be coming, they say. Also, meat is getting ready to go up because the Biden administration is trying to make it, because when they take them to the slaughterhouse, they have gas emissions.
Okay.
And
Yep.
so they want, this is going to drive the price of cattle up to where it can't be sold at market. Y'all,
I saw somewhere not long ago where they wanted to do lab created meat.
and why would you want to do that?
I mean, because it's, I guess, more climate, whatever. I don't even know.
The next thing you
I mean,
can,
they worry about more about what's up in the atmosphere than what's going on the
Yeah.
ground.
Uncle
I mean,
Joe,
I'm
you
such-
can also thank him. I'm reading to where gas is fixing to go up due to a shortage of truck drivers, and of the ones they're getting, they're having to pay more, so they're going to pass that price on at the pump. We were at, what, $1.69 when Trump was in office? Yeah, that's not going to last long.
You better get your gardens ready. So-
Yeah. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, because you better, if you didn't learn how to garden during the pandemic, you better get your YouTube going or whatever you need to do to figure out how to do it, because it's going to be high.
And
at the
I do
grocery store.
think this next story is a little bit of, is the word suppression, where they want to keep you down, where you do what
Yeah.
they tell you to. This Dr. Fauci cat, wanting kids to wear masks outdoors, he's getting it eaten
that's
alive on the internet
ridiculous.
for this.
That's ridiculous.
For a
I'm
kid,
sorry.
outside.
I ain't making mine. I'm not making my son or anybody. I'm not wearing a mask outside. I'm just not.
I don't wear it inside anymore either, but
Unless I'm going through some chemicals or something in that. No.
this was a headline from yesterday, and I don't agree that this is there people in America that are racist? Absolutely there is. But as a whole, is the nation a racist country? I don't believe that. Things were going along great. He addressed Congress and told them that this is the biggest thing since the Civil War is a racist.
I think this administration is racist.
Oh, I
Like
do too.
majorly racist. And everybody that's backing them up there, they're just pushing this agenda. They're pushing this on people. They're trying to push it on kids at the age of 3 years old now.
Right.
They're wanting to put it in the school systems for them to learn all this mess. They're just trying to like poison these kids. Why don't people wake up and see this? Why don't the people who are just bowing down to these people, why don't they wake up? Wake up, America, because just
Yeah.
like the Tim Scott guy said, this is not a racist country.
It is not.
As a whole, it is not a racist country. This country had made such progress over the years, and this administration is like single-handedly set this country back years and
I
years.
agree with that.
And they're just steadily trying to do it, and they're trying to destroy all the good that is out there and trying to just put this crap in people's minds, and that's exactly what it is. I'm
Now,
sorry.
as he says it's terrorism, if he says this is the biggest thing, what about 2001 when the World Trade Center was attacked? That was terrorism.
That was horrible.
3,000 Americans were killed by other countries, in which they now try to praise that particular group in America.
Right.
They've got them in Congress. It's
The same day the 9/11 thing happened in New York City, the Pentagon was attacked that
Yes.
same day, airplanes flown in. That, if you want to say that the Capitol thing, where, you know, as far as I know, nobody had guns and were firing at people and doing all that kind of stuff. People were just like protesting. I'm not saying people didn't get hurt.
Now,
But-
I think we all know that was a setup from the word go.
Yeah, I
that
think it
there was not
was.
enough security set there. It was they knew that a lot of people were coming,
Right.
and they wanted the security down so that something would happen, and that's what happened. They were told to stand down.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, for him to say that was the single most worst thing that happened, I mean, he's got more going on than I thought up there. That's not correct.
You take that Vegas shooter. Remember that guy? That was horrible.
Yeah.
That was terrorism. I don't care. The
There's-
shot at the Jason Aldean concert.
Yeah.
That was terrorism.
There's been a lot that was a lot worse than that day. And they just won't, I mean, just like the George Floyd thing, they tried to make it out to be just a racist thing. And it's like that Leo guy on Fox, you know, who is a civil rights lawyer. He said that race was never mentioned in the courtroom. In the Derek
but in
Chauvin
the media,
case.
it was.
Right, but that's what they made it out to be. It was a horrible thing that happened.
Yeah.
Never should have happened. The guy has been prosecuted. He's in jail. He ain't going anywhere. Who knows
He'll
what
probably
his
die in
life.
jail.
Yeah, he'll probably die there sooner than later
We know
because
what
of all
happens.
the mess. I hope he, you know, but it's just horrible. I'm just sick of it all. That's why I wish the governors. I'm gonna say Tate Reeves, do something and start in Mississippi like you did with the transgender thing, you know, and people are now following, you know, with the other states.
Right.
Set some kind of a law or some kind of you know, sign something in order saying that we are not going to stand for it in our state.
Well, you know, here's another headline that is problems in the United States that it addressed. There's some bad people in this world. Look at
Yes.
this. This guy right here follows a mother and daughter home from the grocery store and stabs them to death. Waited till they went to sleep, broke in the house and killed them. Stalkers. They're bad people out there.
Yes,
That's
crazy people.
on a different note of changing tunes altogether. Have you seen this to where Adam Sandler? Y'all know who we're talking about? Mr. What was the big movie that he was in?
Well, he's been in a bunch of them, but Happy Gilmore,
Happy, yeah,
and all
Happy.
those little movies that he's done.
But he went into an IHOP and they didn't recognize him, and they told him he'd have to wait 30 minutes, and he was turned away. Now the waitress is upset, and she hates that she done that.
Right.
But wasn't no seat, no way.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah,
But you're
she probably missed out on a tip.
you're one time at meeting a big star, and you tell him he can't sit down and eat. So there you go. Let's see here. Do y'all remember a few weeks? Was it a month or so ago that
It was a little while back. Yeah.
there was an 18-year-old girl that come up missing, and they found her body in a warehouse in New York, where they used to have a big produce on the dock. She was murdered, and they finally found two homeless guys that were guilty of the crime that killed her. A woman helped move the body. She was arrested. She's been turned loose. No bail on her. Isn't that, what do you call that when you after the fact?
Accessory
Yeah.
after the fact.
But they turned her loose. Now she's set up in Manhattan in a tent right there on the street there.
Nothing happening to her. She's homeless, but she can afford color to dye her hair.
Imagine all that.
Yeah.
And she's yet a criminal and on the streets. Just some thoughts there. Oh yeah, this would be bad to happen to you, would it not? You get a birthday present.
That'd be my luck.
The lady, she's having a birthday, and I've never done anything like, a lot of people pin money on each other when they do this, but they took money and put it on a balloon for her and wrapped it up. Let's pull this up and see if it will play right. Here, that's the wrong one. It's why that's not working out. That isn't it either. I closed the file. So, oops. But anyway, she gets the $130 on the balloon. They opens it up and it flies off, and the $130 goes up in the air. She never gets it back.
That would be bad. Yeah, she's trying to catch it and it's just gone.
It went away. So I hate that. We've brought this up before about sending your kids off to college, the hazing thing that goes on.
Yeah.
And I remember the parents brought this up. This was in Bowling Green, Ohio. They've arrested 8 people now. They for hazing, they made him drink more or less a fifth of whiskey in such a short time. They dumped him back in his apartment, and he died from alcoholism.
Yeah, that is awful.
But and the people that arrested, as you'll look at this, the ages here, 20 years old, they're all, just into college. Their lives are ruined now, all because of some stupid sorority of hazing somebody.
Young people a lot of times just don't think of the aftermath,
The
of
effects.
things that can happen. I mean, they just don't. I don't know if that's a maturity thing or I don't know, but I don't think they should be allowed to even do any of this mess that they do.
But like you take somebody that's
'Cause
never.
somebody's gonna go too far every time.
Yeah, you take a kid that has never drank, goes off to college, and a small amount for somebody that doesn't drink is the same thing as somebody who drinks a lot and can
Right.
handle it. And it overdosed him. Is
Yeah, well,
basic.
you can get alcohol poisoning.
Yeah. Look at Keith Whitley. That's what happened to Keith. He drank for 3 or 4 days there, and it did kill him.
Yeah.
Bad stuff there.
There's no coming back from stuff like that.
I'm going to let you say this old girl's name because I never say her name right, no matter how many times I try.
Well, I thought I was saying it right, but I heard I say Ghislaine Maxwell, but somebody said Ghislaine the other day on the news. So Ghislaine,
I want to start a law where you have to spell it the way it sounds.
I know. Yeah.
But anyway, she's got a black eye when she showed up to court. And see it right there?
Yeah.
The judge now wants to have an investigation as to how she got a black eye. It was probably in the shower. Somebody whooped her.
Yeah, probably so.
Look, y'all all watch the movies. You know what goes on in prison. It ain't pretty there.
Yeah, I heard this morning where she could have caused it on her own by covering her eyes with something because the security comes by every morning shining lights in her eyes.
No, whoa, back
The other
up.
day she
Say
was
that
complaining.
again now.
What?
How did she do? Say that again. How she got the black eye herself?
That she could have been covering her eyes like really tight or something. I don't know.
could
Or
you
with
bo-
something. I don't know.
Now, I've been pulling on a wrench. Let's just talk about you, full force, all your
Yeah.
weight,
Yeah.
and the wrench slipped, and you hit yourself in the eye and got a black eye that way.
Yeah.
But never by covering.
Yeah. I had never. I mean, so yeah, somebody probably did help her out with that.
Hello. Yeah, that's what I think so. Now, I have to give Candace credit where credit is due because she called this the day that this was announced, and I thought,
Yeah.
But Candace is right. As we go to the news story here, Lady
Yeah.
Gaga.
Yeah. The dog was found not far from Lady Gaga's home, tied
Correct.
to a post. And I thought that was kind of odd. If
Mm-hmm.
you're going to steal a dog, why would you tie it to a post and leave it? Well, some lady found it or something.
Correct.
She claimed she found it and she was going to get the reward and all this stuff.
It was
for finding-
$500,000.
Yeah, it
wasn't
was a bunch of money. So, it turns out she was in on it.
Yeah, all 5 of them now in jail.
So I said that from the beginning, like that it was just fishy sounding.
Because they had not paid her. And because I brought that up, well, they ain't paid that lady yet.
Yeah, she might want to lock them dogs up because now since they know that she's going to pay a bunch of money, if something
Somebody
happens to
else.
them, yeah, somebody else will probably be after them.
But on top of that, attempted murder. They shot that poor guy that was walking the dog 3 times in the chest
Yeah,
over a dog. Come on.
yeah,
There's some criminals up in this world, y'all.
yeah. There he is.
So just
Crazy,
something to
crazy
think
people.
on there. Oh, I wonder if Coca-Cola in Hot Atlanta has gotten the message yet. Let's check in on the headline here.
That's
look,
where the main
office is.
thing is,
Let's look
yes.
here. The headline says,
a museum and all kinds of
Americans are buying less Coca-Cola following their stance against the Georgia election law. There you go. Stay out of politics.
That's right.
And they should. And they can go back to
But
training
people
some.
think. I mean, it just stands to show you're never too big to fall.
Yeah.
You're just not.
And
I don't care how big you think you are. Popular.
Coca-Cola is like the great American success story. As you go back and you read all of this, and whether they want to admit it or not, a Confederate general invented the Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
That's just history. You can't change that. They don't like it now, the people that run it in Atlanta. I'm not talking locally. Some great folks here on it locally. But as you go to Atlanta, Georgia, where the museum is, you've been through that yet?
I haven't, but
It's
I know
pretty
somebody
cool.
that has, yeah.
And you would be
It's
shocked to
neat.
find out that Coca-Cola How It Tastes in America is not made the same way in another country.
Yeah, there's different
Yeah.
Cokes, different
Yeah,
countries.
yeah. America's the best. But it has hurt their sales nationally with their stance of trying to interfere with politics in Atlanta, Georgia.
People do need to, like, businesses need to stay out of the.
Yeah. If you've got your opinion, just keep it to yourself.
I mean, I'm not saying, like, if it's going to affect your business that you can't speak your mind. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But, like, just people, I don't know. Or have a neutral.
Now, let me ask this on the same token as that. How you feel about old boy with my pillow who spoke up and said, hey, y'all.
Mike Lindell.
Yeah, how do you feel about that one? Because he did speak his mind that was against the other side's thinking. And it has hurt his business.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Yeah, he went on. He went on out on the limb, and he got slaughtered in the media. And they.
But I think he's still doing pretty good with his
Oh, he's
business,
doing
isn't he?
yeah. But he got thrown out of a bunch of stores that
Oh,
carried
yeah.
his product
Yeah.
for his thinking there.
But I think he's even brought more products into the
Could be
realm.
the realm. Look at her using these words this day. Now, how you feel about this? As somebody that comes out on a limb and says, "Hey, y'all don't do this," and then they get a little flack for what they said, and they start backtracking over in the
yeah.
corner, going, "Well, I didn't
Yeah.
really mean that." How you feel
I
about
don't like that. I think if you're going to speak your mind, think about it before you speak, first of all. If you have a platform that you believe in, get up there, own it,
Yeah.
and speak your mind and stand your ground and don't back down.
Now, this guy is very powerful. He has a podcast, the biggest in the nation. He was given $100 million to run his podcast through this one corporation. Joe Rogan is who we're talking about. And he told people 2 days ago, don't wear your mask. Don't fool with that. Now he's backtracking, going, well, I didn't know what I was talking about. Dr. Fucci knows more. I'm sure the network got a lot of flack. They jumped on him, and he's backed up on that, his stance. That's Joe Rogan there. He does a podcast daily. It's real popular. It's huge. And it's got to be for them to give him $100 million to come to them.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's got a mouth, though, on him, like a bad mouth.
Oh, you mean
know?
filthy?
Yeah.
Because I've never listened.
Yeah, I've heard him in other, like, areas where he's talked, and yeah.
He does some dirty words that he has no business
I
doing.
mean, yeah, just for,
And you don't need to do that. You don't gain anything by that.
yeah.
And I love Yellowstone, but why do they have to include the cussing? Because it would be just as good without it.
Oh, yeah. One of the ladies I did her hair the other day, Miss Carolyn, she said, you tell Scotty Ray that they have got me hooked on Yellowstone. She
Oh, it's
started
some kind of-
watching it. So
It
she
is.
said she binge watched it all day one day, like, so she got caught up.
June is when the next episode is coming out,
Okay.
and you still hadn't watched it.
I don't have time. Like, I swear, when I get home, the only time I really have to sit and watch anything is late at night, and then I'll fall asleep.
I get that,
Or
and-
on the weekends, and then that's been busy.
But
for
I
us.
started one afternoon and I watched, now Angie can't handle it. I watched like 2. And then, we were supposed to watch it together. Oh, no. Does my wife wait on me? She stays up half the night till 2 a.m. watching episode after episode. Then wouldn't tell me what was going to happen.
Yeah.
But I had to
Do you
watch
like
it.
somebody to tell you what's
Absolutely.
going on? Oh, you do?
I am so different than the average person. I don't
Yeah.
like surprises.
Yeah.
And if somebody's fixing to get killed, tell me so I can watch how they going to get it.
Look, I'm bad about if I've already watched something and somebody hadn't never seen it. I'm like, watch.
And so I
Watch this
like
part
that.
right here.
But I am
I
really.
won't tell you what's going to happen. Oh, you got to watch this part.
No, I'm going to ask you point blank. Tim. But I am different than everybody else when it comes to watching movies. And again, I'm just not that surprise type person there. But what a show. If y'all have never watched that, Kevin Costner probably.
I think he's the director also
Yeah.
of this. So he's a good director.
Y'all check it out. Y'all be taking somebody to the train
He ain't
station.
bad looking either, might I add.
He isn't? I don't even know what to say about that.
Kevin Costner, I've always thought he was a handsome guy.
Really?
Even like as he gets older, he just gets nicer looking to me. I don't know.
So, all right. Oh, whoa. Let's just go ahead and ask the question.
What?
George Strait or Kevin Costner? Who's
Kevin
better?
Costner.
Over
Both
George
of
Strait?
both of them are good looking, but Kevin Costner, yeah, I'd have
Do
to
you
say.
realize the mob that could be
I
waiting
don't
for
know.
you outside?
I'm sorry. I
So you
don't know.
think Costner is hotter than Strait?
I mean, as far hot, I don't know about like hotter,
That's
but
what- that's what she
handsome, like,
implied.
Well, I just think I don't know. I guess they're both kind of up there, I guess, together. But
Because I remember, and I'm not going to call the young lady's name because I don't want people showing up at her house again, that one time was on the radio with me, and she made the mistake of saying that she thought Carrie Underwood was hotter than Reba. And people do not get into that when you say that. It's like, ain't nobody hotter than Reba. Even if you think somebody's hotter, don't say it out loud.
yeah, well, I think Kevin Costner is
Okay.
nice looking.
Anybody agree with Candace on this? Hotter than, I'm just, because George is the
I've
man.
just always thought all the movies that I've ever seen. I forget what the name of it was, but we watched one not long
Pee-wee's
ago
Big
where
Top?
he was like a some kind of guy in the military, and they trained like it was
The
like
helicopter
Navy
thing?
SEALs they trained or something.
The helicopter thing.
Yeah, where they drop them in the
Yeah,
water. and
yeah,
stuff.
I
That
forget-
was a really good movie. I can't remember
watched
the
it.
name of it, but he's just good in anything he does.
Carolyn is saying yes, but I don't know what she's saying yes, who's hotter, if she's after George Strait or she's after Kevin Costner.
I don't
She
know.
didn't explain herself, did she?
No, well,
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, we'll come back
We're
to
just
that.
gonna say she's agreeing with me.
Look at you. Look at you.
I'm picking.
Let's talk about our friends at Masterflow Plumbing. They're located here. They take care of anybody from the Hattiesburg area all the way down to the Mississippi Gulf Coast. And what they specialize is in any issue that you've got going on at your house that may arise with your plumbing. And out of the blue, you'll wake up one day and that's when your problem. You got water everywhere. Your toilet won't flush. There's a big bubbling sound out in the yard. What do? Well, Masterflow Plumbing is a place. They can replace that main line all the way to the house. They've done it many times. Also, if you need a piece that's cracked, busted, somebody drove over something in your yard that's too heavy, bust a pipe, they can repair that and get it back in the ground. Whole water lines from the water meter to the home, if it needs to be replaced, they're there. The serious problem here is when you've got that cracked foundation, when the water's coming in and a slab leak, I guess is the better way to word that. So, there you go. Broken faucets. If you need your handles replaced on your bathroom, what do you call those in the shower?
Yeah.
Shower.
Yeah.
Couldn't say it. Yeah, if that needs replacing, they'll do that. And a great price when it comes to cleaning out your drains, $125 flat. There's not a fee to show up, that extra $100 and something that a lot of folks will charge you just to come to your door. They're going to charge you $125 flat, and it's guaranteed for 60 days. A bargain that is. Water heaters, who wants to fool with that? Let them handle it for you, get it installed, replacing toilets, all easy there. Masterflow Plumbing, 36 years experience from the Gulf Coast all the way to the Hattiesburg area. They'll take care of you. 228-870-471. Talk to Galen. He'll get you going there and have your house working once again, and you won't have to go down to the gas station anymore.
If we ever have to replace water lines up at our house,
Yeah.
I'll be calling you. Because I'm going to tell you, my daddy did it years ago, and he had a dump truck. And so, like, he had all this stuff. I mean, he would get stuff, but he had, like, a dump truck, and he put it as deep in the ground as he could, so if he ran over it,
It wouldn't bust.
affect it. And when one time we had to dig one up, and I promise you, the guy that was doing the digging was standing in the hole,
Still trying to find it.
and like I could see this much of his head.
Yeah.
It was that deep in the ground.
Time to replace
Yeah,
that.
we might be calling you, Galen.
Oh, let's see here. Carolyn says that she's for Kevin Costner being hotter than George Strait. Joyce Godwin says George Strait. And Debbie Penny says that, well, she's throwing Alan Jackson into the ring.
Yeah. Alan Jackson's nice looking, too.
Oh, did y'all hear the way she said nice looking and she kind of slurred off this
No,
one?
I mean,
Oh, we know what she's thinking over here. It's
Yeah.
Kevin. You know, and he was in Jackson a few weeks ago, and you didn't go over and, like, follow him around.
no, I'm not one of those. I'm not one of those, oh, my gosh. Like, melt when
Sign
people
my
come in.
shirt.
I can't stand that, though. I mean, seriously, like, when somebody meets somebody. and
You had
they
never
just-
got you autographs, you not into that?
No. I
Come
mean,
on.
well, no, I've gotten an autograph, but I'm not one of those, oh, I'm your biggest fan. I'm just,
I'll never wash my hand again.
yeah, I'm just not one of that. I'm not like that. I'd be like, hey, nice to meet you.
Oh, it's weird how you bump into all that. Anyway, we want to say thank you to each one of y'all for spending your Friday morning with us as we get ready for a great-looking weekend. Sunshine tomorrow is perfect weather. Again, we want to remind you, and I promised we'd go back over this before we went off the air this morning, of what is coming on Sunday. Now, let's go in here and look at our severe weather. This is Sunday afternoon all the way through Sunday night here. Here's the entire look at the state. Let me pull this up here. Wrong button. There we go. You can see it better now. This starts in Beaumont, Texas, comes all the way across to New Orleans, up to Gulfport, all the way up to Memphis, Tennessee, cutting short of Jackson, Tennessee. This is going to ride the Mississippi-Alabama line. And let's look at this. If you live Livingston, Alabama, right through there, right on the line there's going to be Old Bluffport, Alabama, right through there. Not making it all the way to Demopolis. Demopolis will be a 1, but York, Cuba, all these areas here, Lisbon, Gilberttown, Toxie, y'all are included this, and Silas also, and a 2 at this point is what we're looking at for Sunday. Now, can this upgrade some more? Absolutely it can. Possibility of tornadoes included with this is what we're talking here. Heavy rain, winds, that kind of thing. We'll be here to give you street-by-street coverage. We'll go live. Don't forget, you can join us on YouTube. You can join us on Facebook or on Twitch, either which place you watch, but you can join us to make sure you have the absolute latest. Let's see. We got Collinsville Day tomorrow.
Collinsville Day is tomorrow, so check that out if y'all don't have other plans.
We've got the four-way, yard sale going on, four-way stop in Marion.
Right.
For the animal rescue.
I have a wedding to go do, but y'all don't need to know
Like
that.
this afternoon?
Tomorrow.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
I have to do the bride's hair and makeup for the wedding.
And the groom's just got to wash his and walk out and hope it looks good.
Yeah. Guys have it so easy, so yeah.
So there you go. That's sort of a rundown of the weekend, and then severe weather on Sunday. Next week, we'll talk more about National Prayer Day as we head into that, and also what's going on at Lauderdale Baptist. There's next week. They'll kick off their course there. If you've lost a loved one, they're going to have it's 13 weeks at last. If you've lost a spouse or someone, a therapy type session. There's a name for it that I'm not thinking of. Grief.
Session.
It's a good thing we're not the spokesman for the church, is all I got to say.
Yeah, but if you've lost a loved one and you're grieving and you need somebody to talk to about it and help you get through that, they're having a thing at their church.
Yeah. And Kathy, I do appreciate it. Somebody pointed that out a minute ago that I did put the wrong date. Oops. Oh, no. When we started, I don't know where the 23rd come from. Yeah. I was typing away, and I've done it wrong. So thank you, Kathy. I appreciate you reminding me of that. I'll get better.
Well, we make mistakes sometimes. I mean, you know,
I do it all
we're
the
human. But speaking about, I know we're fixing to go, but the prayer thing, the National Prayer Day.
We didn't
like
usually go
about
back.
them like refusing to do that.
Grant the service there at the Capitol.
Yeah.
Now, normally in Meridian, in the past, it's been done down at Dumont Plaza. I have not heard anything about it this year. So if you've got information of a National Prayer Day that's going to happen in Meridian or anywhere, you know, in Union, any of our equipment, if you've got something going on, let us know about that so we can share that with others so they can partake and be a part of that.
But they've always done it at the Capitol.
Yes.
Right, in Washington.
Yeah.
And they are not granting them permission to do it this time.
I'll see what Franklin Graham has got to say about that, and I'll share that. He usually stays on top of stuff like that. Like the Easter service, as we brought up, was not allowed to have.
That speaks
volume.
Tons of volumes. I mean, it really does.
Y'all think on that. All right. Anything else we need to say?
No, just I hope everybody has a blessed weekend.
You want to go ahead and
Safe
point out
weekend.
what Miss Linda Culpepper had to say to you?
Linda Culpepper, Miss Linda, she says George Strait, then Kevin Costner.
Okay.
So, yeah. Anyway.
I just
I'm just going to say they're all decent looking guys.
But if she had her pick, she'd take her fork and go after.
No.
Anyway, and again, thank y'all so much for joining us. We appreciate you. We'll be back Monday. I'll be back all over the weekend with the weather forecast and tidbits of news that break in. But our show comes back Monday morning at 8:30. We want to see you here then.
Yes.
Scotty Ray's Weather is brought to you by